there, it's Jacqueline with Discover Love Matches, and today's topic is going to be how I match my singles. I'm really excited because I've been thinking about so many aspects of matchmaking, but I haven't really talked lately about how I actually do it, what makes me so unique as a matchmaker. So many people come to me because they're burnout with dating apps. They are just exhausted and they really wonder if there are any good men or women out there and available, or they've had some really negative dating experiences, or they're so far from the last time they dated, they don't even know where to get started. And so there's different layers that people come to matchmaking. And usually it's kind of a moment where they've hit this breaking point in life where they know they have to do something different to get different results. And this is where I help the feeling from the insanity they've been having when, for some people, if you've been dating or were in a relationship for a long time and things were good, now you come to the single world of 2024 and you're like, what the heck is going on? The last 4 years have been really interesting compared to the first 10 years I was a matchmaker. So as a matchmaker for 14 years, it has evolved and changed a ton. But my skills and my knowledge and my ability to work with clients has just continually gotten better and better and more in tune. So when I started as a matchmaker, I actually never matched a single person. And then when I got the business going, I was matching like crazy and I didn't even really realize what was happening that was so unique and different. So some people think matchmaking's easy. Yeah, no, it's not. There is so much behind the scenes. It is amazing. So I'm going to tell you kind of how it all works and how you can be most successful, whether you hire me as your matchmaker or you are out looking to have the universe match you or friends match you, how to make it work to your advantage. So first and foremost, when people join my agency, they're either in their database list that we have, they're a database member, which is a pre-approved member that I have met with, connected with, and gotten to know. Some people I know better than others. Then there's the other group that are the matchmaking clients that have hired me to go find people for them. So you can either hang on my list and hope to get the call, or you can be proactive and I will search specifically for you. So once we have you in the category that works best for you and your goals, we then go to me looking through the list of people that I already have. So let's say you've hired me as your matchmaker and you are eager to get started. Well, we do these introduction dates, which are phenomenal. And I go through my list of people that I've already gotten to know because I've been building a beautiful list for many, many years. And I start off with the people that pop in my mind initially, like right away. I know they fit the specifics my client wants, the detailed items that they're looking for, whether it be height, location, education, and the type of lifestyle that they're living, the basics to get started. But then after I make this list, I stop and I pause and I get quiet and I get still. I take it from just an algorithm of a bunch of people and information to really stop and think about the people I'm working with. I get to know my people, but I feed off their energy. So when I think about somebody I want to match, I think about the two of them having a conversation. I think about the two of them holding hands. I think about them laughing together. I think about them taking a walk together. I think about them checking in on each other. I think about how their energy feeds one another. I don't just go on the checklist. I feed off of what feels good with the two of them. So this is kind of a unique aspect. It's not something I can necessarily teach to others, but it's part of what makes me super unique at my skill set as a professional matchmaker. And then I have people that sit on my list sometimes for a while, and it's not that I don't think they're amazing and incredible. It's just the person in my higher level matchmaking just hasn't hired me yet to find somebody that's just hanging out on the list. But I always have somebody for my high level clients because I've been doing this for so many years. I have clients in their mid 20s to their late 70s, men and women, pretty equal split between the two. And they're all at different stages of life, goals, dreams, children, education, location, all of that good stuff. Where majority of ours are in the Pacific Northwest. We do have some people that are out of the area. So once I go through the list of the initial requested details, Then I do kind of the energy check. How would those two fit together on a conversational energy, what they're looking for in life? And then I start to get quiet and still even more. And I just think through that list and feel like, who do I want to get first dibs? So, does pay off to be engaged in my program, be extra polite. The people that say, thank you, I appreciate you thinking of me, the people that are communicative, the people that update me if they've gotten an invite to an introduction date, they get back to me quickly. Even if there isn't a match on the introduction date, they show gratitude, they follow up. Because if you treat me well and you are communicative in a loving, kind way, I know you will be that way to my client. I know you will show up for the date with gratitude. I know you will follow up and show up with respect and communication. I know you will be generous. You will be the one to take charge if that's the role of the combination of you two. I know that you will treat and show that you care about them. You are going to do the and then some because you are grateful. So I am watching all of it. If you are polite and you are kind and you go the extra steps in communicating with me and in following up with the people that I introduce you to, if you take the time to really fill out your profile, come from a heart space and show your vulnerability, and you have answered all the questions to the best of your ability, or majority of them, you've added some good pictures, a headshot, a body shot, an active shot, at least. Then I know you are serious. Then I know you are ready to show up. But I also know that I can trust you to be somebody worthy enough to meet my high-level clients. So while I'm doing all of this dancing and I'm narrowing down my beautiful list of incredible people I want for each to meet one another, I then start to message people and say, hey, I've got somebody that I think you need to meet. Are you open to an introduction date? Now, this is where it gets exciting. Some people don't know what to do. Some people email me right away and are like, yes, yes. And then there's other people that like to challenge me and say, well, if I don't know this and I don't get this information, then I don't want to do it. I'm like, that's awesome. Because you know what? Every matchmaker is going to do it differently. And if your guard is already up and your defense is there and you're already not trusting that I'm giving you an opportunity to meet somebody great, and it's less than 30 minutes of your time on a virtual video chat, then you're not going to be present for the date. That's nothing negative to you. It just means you're not ready for the gloriousness that I have to offer. And this is why it's so important that you get yourself in the headspace ready, because I know the right people for everybody to meet. I have got the list of people for my singles to meet, but I also want to make sure that they're ready to receive what I have to offer. This also means that if you do get the lucky email that says, hey, I've got somebody for you to meet, or you've hired me to find your people, to have as your chances of dates, I want you to make sure that before any of the dates, as much as I am a rock star at matchmaking, and I am so skilled at this, I will absolutely take all the kudos for how hard I work to do what I do. I know that I can't make you more exciting and flirty and fun and chatty if you don't do that part yourself, because you're on that 10-minute breakout room date on your own. I can introduce you, I can say hello, and I can, talk you up in a great way. But you are the person that they're on the date with. You are the one who is showing up. You are the one that's going to be quiet. You're going to be the one that's engaging. You're going to be the one that's got some great questions to ask. You're going to be the one that shows interest. You get to decide in 10 minutes of one-on-one time if this person is going to see the best of you. The reality is you already know you. So your goal is to get to know them. And in turn, their goal is to shine for you. So therefore, you need to show up ready. You need to take that pause. If the call is right after you've just finished a busy work call, make sure you take a 10, 15-minute pause, regroup, and get yourself in that single sexy mode, because you're going to enjoy the date more. Your date is going to enjoy it more. But if you are scattered, or you're still thinking about work, or you've got an agenda to get to, you're not going to be really all that cool to date. So no matter how good I am, no matter if I've already lined up all the details and I know all these great qualities about the two of you, you have to decide how you are going to show up. So this is what my matchmaking magic happens when we all combust together. And so, as much as I have a lot of pride in the work that I do, and I put myself out there all the time saying, hey, I've got these people that I want to meet, one another, it comes down to you showing up. You got to smile big. You've got to have a high inflection in your voice. You've got to, laugh a little. You've got to move around in your seat, even though you're only getting this cropped up version of you. This is where you get to shine a little brighter. So, yeah, maybe you need to animate a little bit extra. It does pay off. You're not being fake. You're just saying, hey, I'm ready to show up. I'm ready to be that person that catches your attention. You want to show up so ready that you then feel the power of deciding at the end. You don't want to be like, you kind of showed up flat, and at the end, you're like, hey, Jacqueline, I really like her. I really like him. And then I get an email from the other person saying, they just weren't very engaging. They didn't really have much to say. They just didn't seem interested. So it's a no for me. And then I have to tell you, oh gosh, you didn't really show up. So now they're not interested, because you only get one chance with my clients. This isn't a circle back, let's try it again kind of thing. So you need to really show up. This means I do my part, but you have to do your part. Because you know what? This is your life. This is your life. I am not going to be the person that's sitting there with you two building your relationship. You've got to want to feel beautiful, handsome, sexy, desirable to go into these introduction dates, because you've got to captivate their interest. The world has got many, many distractions happening. So it's up to you to take the next step. So I do my matchmaking. I tap into my spiritual gifts. I listen to what I feel the draw is. I see on the profiles what lines up. I pick the details that matter most. And then I introduce you in a very raw, organic way. I just say, hey, I got somebody for you to meet. You don't get to know anything, because I don't want to plant seeds in your mind to pre-decide your outcome. I wanted to feel like you just bumped into each other at a club and you got a high five from me that it's a go forward, but it's up to you. So here's just a little insight on me as the matchmaker, but what you get to do to make it more successful. No matter how great I am, you have to be even more amazing. And this is where I've noticed in so many of my matchmaking opportunities over the 14 years, the people that have the highest positive response to wanting more dates are the ones that have a little extra laughter, a little more engagement, and a little more flirt going on, because they hold the driver's seat in those opportunities, and they never take it for granted when they have a chance to meet somebody amazing. All right, leave your comments below. I want to know what you think about my matchmaking style, and we're going to keep this conversation going.